Hi Carmen, it's Steph here. Here is your Inkblot, and it's been digitally enhanced so we can like zoom in and zoom out. The original's made on handmade cotton paper. It's beautiful texture and to feel, and you will get that in the mail to scribe for your own insights, and you'll get to enjoy that. This is what I will use for your oracle card as well, so you'll see that online and in your folder here. But I wanted to get into scrying the actual ink blot here. So typically what I do is I start from a big old bird's eye view and I take a look at the totality of the energy of the ink blot. And it feels very balanced. However, it feels also busy, but I quite enjoy it. Visually, I really enjoy this Inkblot, so thank you for opening up the creative channel with me. And then once I kind of taken an overall sensation, so I'm right now looking at it from this point of view, like I'm here. I can't do it on my phone, but I would also switch so that I would look at this as the bottom and then look at it from here for a total perspective possibility. But unfortunately, again, like I said, my phone in this capacity won't let me do that. So please feel confident and inspired to do that in the event that you wish to see different insights, symbolisms, and symbolic support. Okay, so from here, from the big essence of your ink blot, which I thoroughly enjoy, it makes me feel overall like there's a big old X. So whether or not this X is a closing off or it's a boundary, like enough is enough, or realizing that you are, like if there's a treasure map, searching for a treasure and X marks the spot, and all along, we're looking outside of ourselves for this X, and really it's you. You are the point. I also see that there's some emotions. These little guys down here, see if I can, zoom in. Almost like a witch. I see a witch's hat, or like a shifty little gnome, kind of on a broom, if I dare say. And I'm being not obviously literal, but it's just the symbol that's coming through. So it could tell me that emotionally there's a balance of projection out to the world and these little devilish creatures of rejection. And be mindful of this alchemy of what's going out. This is the whole give and take thing as well. If we've been rejected about something, do we project a different version of it, perhaps hidden so that we don't think we are, but to ensure that that is harmonious, so that we're projecting purely from our person, so we're not coming back into this back and forth. And then with the give and take, just remember it's you, your heart space. The power is within you. You are the treasure. You are probably the one, or whatever it is one is trying to manifest. And again, this whole projection, rejection thing is just another word for also like internalizing and externalizing. It's quite powerful. You are, X marks the spot, and this frequency of interacting with your internal world, your mind and your heart, and how it's expressed out. And that draws me in here. I see like two side faces. Like there's the nose, the mouth, and there's a chin. Almost like guardians of the hearts, of the heart, and this purity, like this beautiful, like ice, cool water kind of feel. And these heart guys here with this pure green. So the heart has pure intent, but it's always looking like up and to these emotional landscapes. Now, whether, I'm assuming if I was to see the head, shoulders, to hands. This is what you give out, or one gives out. The energy of this Inkblot gives out. All right. I want to dive into something I see right now as I'm seeing it. So from this heart space, from these guys, there's also something, I feel like there might be some heartache in the heart. But it's asking me to draw up and look at these butterflies on the shoulders. I'm seeing them as butterflies on the shoulders. And there's rose petals here. But as I see these as your emotional waters, if they're being shared out, to take the time to get to know the frequency of the purity of your intention before you send it out into the world. And this just is like a wisdom, whether it's a wisdom you have, you're working on, or like you're nailing it, is, okay, before I interact or project out into the world, I'm going to bring it to the highest frequency, these butterflies, like transmuting your own heartfelt emotions from, say, whatever these little witchy energies are, whether it's in love, business, friendships, etc. Going to bring it up to the heart guy. He's going to work with it. The butterfly is going to transmute it and to help purify what you give back out in the world, so these kind of energies don't give back. And it's almost like being mindful of naivete, or being naive to say, no, that was my intention. You have a very old heart. It's working in a youthful space. Like there's like when I look at this heart space, there's this ancient land up here. I see it like a salamander or something. So even from looking at the actual heart of what you want to the emotions held, there could be a little bit of a block about it. But this is where I feel like the butterflies and these rose petals are coming in to say that, you can let love in, and that vulnerability, again, projection, rejection. It's always with you first. You are the power. I got the power. That's how I feel. Okay, so I also, I'm being called in to look at this quote unquote negative space here, and this softness amongst the dense, perhaps, heart block, and to welcome in more light into that. It's not and I don't mean light as in, the passive aggressive, or no, I'm just going to ignore it, it's fine. Truly merge and balance, understanding that any, again, quote unquote, darker, witchy things aren't to blame. They are strengthening what you do want, so you can emotionally attach to harmonious things. Okay, I don't want to take up too much of your time here. Let's go down a little bit. So I see a head, 2 arms again, those witchy creatures, hips and feet. The reason why I feel so inclined to see these little witchy things, again, rejection, projection type feel, is because when I come down to the more, like if I had to cut it in half and say heart and mind, or human to higher self, not that it has to be cut in half, it is all one, or self and soul. But really how when I see this is from these eyes, the shoulders down, these emotional are at the hands, like they bind you somehow. I don't know if they're from the past, hurts from the past, or just an expression. But this can really help through this, like work through your heart space and move it out. I feel like transmuting with the butterflies can really help shift and alchemize the way the giving and receiving is being done. And this comes with light. Like look at all this light up here. Oh my goodness. Like it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Okay, I got to come back down here for a second. These eyes bring about a little bit of a sadness and sorrow. Something about the shoulders, like I feel you might have been burdened with things that either they're from another lifetime, and that could be an inspiration of how to perceive them and not mistaken them for trying to find them in this lifetime, or they could be trails of something from a past life. But I also simultaneously see these as wings. So to remember, you are your own angel, and you could attract particular kind of beings around you, entities, definitely like a smudging or saging or salting around your property and your person, like your physical person. There's some sorrow here. Of course, everyone's gone through some sorrow, but there's something about the hip, lower belly area. There is healing going on. This could also be lower back. This healing needs to continue because it is your trunk, and it is important because it holds and harnesses this heart space, these elder hearts. It's going to help work through the blocks and any quote-unquote burdens, to transmute them with the butterfly and to bring about the whole transmission of your higher self. A lot of this work in the physical body feels, to me, it's an expression of the emotional body. Yeah, that's really how it feels. So continue to work on the back, and however you're going to do that, I think you really need to keep listening to strengthening it. It's not so much a matter of just stretching, it's a matter of strengthening the trunk. And I don't know how else to say it, because it's all about the transmission from the earthly self to the higher self. The emotional self is being expressed through the earthly self. Hopefully that makes some sort of sense. Okay, I'm being asked to come all the way down here. See these beings? Okay, I see those beings, and then I also want to come back to these lights, like where the hips to the lower back are. They're of light, and then there's two eyes. To me, I see them gazing at these little elementals, I'm going to call them. I'm not sure if you celebrate yourself enough, like just really be proud of who you are and what you've had to go through, but I also see them as parents. So there might be something with your parents or the relationship that can help you look at or forgive past. Again, whether it's this lifetime or last, I'm not 100% sure, because you're very layered in your ancientness, is what I'm going to say it for lack of a better word. And really moving through that, and I see like three forks. I see two forks, but they're like cacti, and they're red. So that's what's coming in about more parents. It's like generational stuff. You've definitely picked your parents for a reason, and being born here, people honor you. And this could be the parental roles in this lifetime and in a past lifetime. Like I feel like you have multiple sets of parents, or two in spirit, like grandparents in spirit, and there's a parent still here existing in the earthly realm. A lot of parent stuff coming through down here. I feel like maybe there's something about the relationship with parents in this lifetime, past lifetime, parents in spirit. They're cheering you on. They're cheering you on. I also see these forks as kind of cacti. I don't know, maybe a cactus would have some sort of symbology for you. I have no intuitive or intellectual reason why I'm saying cacti. Okay. And then I'm being called to go back up. It's before I do, even in the root self, the root chakra, at the base, okay, so that's why the base of the spine, the root chakra, is generation stuff, right? It's the fire, stability, structure of who we are here and now in this moment. And we've been given all the tools from past lifetimes, past parents' interactions, and so on. And they create the fire of self. And that's has to do, which could most easily affect the lower back. Of course, if you're working through it and there's emotions attached to it, and you're working through your emotional waters, the emotional body that is being expressed through the physical body with lower back, there's healing going on. However, the solar plexus, the sun of self, I feel like you need to remember you are the sun. X marks the spot. You are your own treasure that you're looking for. So, if like you're going through a map and you're like, oh, I'm going to go up here and have this journey, and then I'm going to go over here and have this journey, and I'm really trying to make it over here, you're really going to bring it back to yourself and realize you the whole time were the sun. The star you are following is you, and there are people cheering you on for this. Okay, there we go. Sorry. All right, I'm going to come up here because I would like to close this out to say you have so much support, and what you may feel is not support. Like I feel like there might be people in positions that quote unquote should be supportive, but perhaps you feel like they're actually adding burdens. This is all part and parcel of working with the emotional and earthly body together. So there's a point and a purpose because it is adding to your power, and to hold power peacefully and realize peace is a power, peace within your person. There are two spirits, I feel like, and I know this is one, it's not always the same, but there is somebody in spirit that really, really loves you. I want to say like a love, like a romantic love, or something that's being held on. And it's like when I look at these heart spaces, it's like they had to let go, like they're blowing out, and like like the wind, like a freedom and forgiveness. But it's a really, really nice love. Okay, I'm going to come up back to the top here before we close. Look at the majesty of this Inkblot. I'm enamored by it because it feels like a fairy tale can happen, if that makes sense. There's water, there's the forest, right? The dark forest in every fairy tale that happens, and the woods, and you meet all these different creatures along the way. All these like very Alice in Wonderland. I see a hand here. There might be a cause that you're going to be using to help, like by helping others work through their story, or even just listen to their story. You guys are going to be able to help each other. Like there's storytelling amongst a group, and you might just be like I'm going to say like elder who listens. Like there's a soft soul who understands and can listen. Just listen. And hearing other people's stories, again, you'll be able to compassionately hear other people's ways and be inspired by the way they're transmuting their emotional, say, hell into wellness. Their emotional wellness to be I'm not saying the word right, exude, be embodied in their human form. Emotional wellness to earthly wellness. And this whole fairy tale, like it just the light that surrounds you at the crown, at the head, lifetimes. I really hope, Carmen, that you understand you are your own light bearer. You are your own peacekeeper. But that comes with meeting emotional, physical, earthly, elemental energies. And I feel like even though they're quote unquote tiny, these butterflies are like so important to you, like spirit guides. They're so important to what your point in person is doing. And I see these as lambs now. They're coming in here. Lambs. Peace is powerful, and power can be peaceful. And apply that to yourself first and share that. I almost see you like standing tall and be like, take a deep breath. Yes, I can be working on healing, clearing and cleaning what I give out and project out into the world and my interactions, a purity of the power of vulnerability, the power of honesty, and to return that and attract that in return, but to hold it like a man, to say, yeah, this is not a conversation. My integrity is intact. That is what I nurture, and that is what I wish to attract in my life from other people. And if other people are going through emotional things, I can hold space to listen, to help them release their witchy energies and stay in a space of emotional wellness, so their emotional body doesn't create traumas in the physical body, because you understand. You can help them hold high. But this verse is to be applied to you. And I feel like you're going through it, you're doing it. And all you need to do is keep doing it. Keep trying. There's going to be, when I come look at the whole part and parcel of this, you're playing with different ways, reading different books. This is something you're going to do on your own. Find your way, because it will be how you share it and inspire others. I feel like maybe it's like a youth group or other gentlemen that perhaps, again, with the society's inklings that they see, be like, oh, okay, well, we're, middle-aged men, or this is our age, or we're too young, too old. And you'll be like, no, that doesn't exist here. We are infinite beings. We are ageless souls and spirits, and we are coming together here to converse in this lifetime, in the here and now, and remain present and appreciate any past, appreciate building towards the future, but being here together now and listening, just listening and appreciating other perspectives, appreciating other stories, and taking the seeds that inspire to transmute hell into wellness. I don't know. I hope that makes sense. It feels very passionate, your Inkblot. And my eyes were closed there, so I'm sorry if I scrambled on. So, Carmen, thank you so much. I hope this has served you well and inspires you to know that you are X marks the spot. I'm sure I blabbered on, and I apologize too long and maybe in different realms of things. But overall, the essence is you are the treasure. And all the parents and the pieces of non-peace and this and that are just to remind you and bring you all the way back. It's you. Thanks so much, Carmen. I hope this serves you well, and have a great day. Ooh, thank you. Bye.